Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Weather with Sim again. I hope you guys are all having a great weekend so far, and as well as a great start to your Sunday. And today is February 16th, 2025, and in today's forecast, we are going to be talking about another big winter storm that's going to be coming to the United States as we get into the middle of this week, and this could bring a lot of snowfall, as not only will we be seeing the potential for over a foot of snowfall, but we could be seeing widespread amounts of around a foot of snowfall, making this storm really dangerous, but also pretty historic given the fact that some of the areas farther down to the south, especially across the Laurel, Ohio Valley, and Tennessee River valleys, don't usually experience that much snow, but we will keep an eye on it very closely though, as it is going to be our next big time winter storm to watch for. And then after that, we do have the potential to see a polar vortex roll on through, which is another thing we'll keep an eye on closely, as things are really likely going to start ramping up as we get not only into the middle of this week, but even the week after. So let's first start off by talking about that, by going over what's happening as of right now, which we still got, rain and freezing rain still ongoing across the East Coast, still bringing chances for thunderstorms across the Carolinas, back down there in the Georgia, and of course we're seeing some freezing rain and even some heavy snowfall up there in the mid-Atlantic and Northeast, and even some of that backside snow is still ongoing, so we will keep an eye on that. After that heads out for today, we will then be tracking that major winter storm by the time we get into the middle of this week, which does look to bring quite a bit of snowfall, guys. Even though this doesn't look very heavy, given the fact that the blue colors aren't as dark, this is going to be long-lasting snow. It looks like it's going to be lasting for almost all of Wednesday, and perhaps even into Thursday across the Lower Ohio Valley and as well as the Tennessee River Valley. So that's the reason why we're going to need to watch this system very closely for potentially over a foot of snowfall, which we will go over a minute. And then after that, the storm will then head into the Carolinas, and we might even see a little bit of a nor'easter around. But keep in mind though that the low is going to be pretty far off the East Coast, making it hard for places like Maine to really get any snowfall. So watch it, but it's not going to be the worst snowstorm we've seen, but it will definitely bring some pretty big impacts. Let's now go ahead and go over the total snowfall with that system, and you can see how the latest from the European model is showing potentially over a foot of snowfall, where you see those pink colors. This goes from southeast Kansas, northeast Oklahoma, through much of central and southern Missouri, southern Illinois, southern Indiana, pretty good portion there of western and northern Kentucky, into southern Ohio, West Virginia, Virginia, and even the Delaware region, all likely to see over a foot of snowfall as we head throughout this week. So definitely make sure you guys are paying attention, even over here in the higher elevations, as I am expecting there to be some pretty good snowfall over there as well. So now is a good time to be on high alert, as I do think a lot of these areas could pick up over a foot of snowfall, but once again, it's always uncertain whenever we're heading like 2-3 days out. So I would take this with a grain of salt if I were you, but I would definitely be paying attention though. And then the next winter storm, let's look at our next winter storm, okay? Because our next winter storm would come sometime after this one, because after that one heads out that we just went it over, it looks like we're gonna have a lot of cold air try to work its way on in from the north, and then after that, our next winter storm may not be till we get into March. So we'll watch it, but like I said, it doesn't really look like we're gonna see a ton till we get into March, which I'm excited for March, because look at this, we're gonna be seeing the potential for a big time warm up over here in the eastern United States. And just to show you guys that, look how much the eastern United States will warm up by the beginning of March. This is what we want to see after dealing with a very nasty, all over the place winter. So hopefully we really warm up as we get into March, as each area in the United States States at least gets a little bit of a spring-like taste. So hopefully this is the case, like I said, so that way we can really experience those warmer temperatures. But who really knows? There might even be another cold shot right behind it rolling on through, which usually when you get this cold air colliding with that warm air, that usually brings the stage for severe weather, and that's just a sign that March could start out pretty active. So March is definitely going to be a month to start watching by now, as it is going to really cause some pretty big impacts, especially as we get into the beginning of March, where we could be seeing the potential for more severe storms. And then if we go over your total rainfall, that's another thing I want to go over, as some of these storm systems are likely going to be bringing some pretty good rainfall, as you can see. Okay, we still got a little bit of rainfall ongoing across some of these areas for today, but I think with the next few storms that roll on through, including that winter storm that we're expecting in the middle of the week, I do think we could pick up pretty good precipitation, especially down here in the deep south. For places like the Ohio Valley and eastern seaboard, pretty beneficial amount, but it looks like most of this is just going to be snowfall, given the fact that we're going to be seeing a couple of those rolling on through. So we'll watch it very closely, even over here in the northwest, as we are going to be tracking a little bit of, atmospheric river events rolling on through in the future. So we'll watch it closely, my friends, but keep in mind, though, that things can still change. And then the other thing I want to go over is going to be what we can expect for the rest of today with the risk for severe storms. I'm going to go ahead and turn these off so that way you guys can see a little bit better. But you guys can see how we do have a slight risk for severe storms down here in Georgia, and as well as the panhandle of Florida. And of course, we got that marginal risk going all the way up there into New York City. Main concern will be maybe a few tornadoes, but it mainly looks to be damaging winds, as that includes the entire risks. And we even have a risk for a tornado, like I said. So we'll watch it. It looks like main concerns will be a few damaging winds, and as well as an isolated tornado or two. Otherwise, today isn't going to be too bad, but we may also get a little bit of flooding issues as well, but chances are pretty low overall. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed today's weather forecast. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on all notifications if you haven't done that already, as I would like to try to get up to 2,000 subscribers before March if we can. I set that goal a few months ago, and I'm surprised we haven't reached it yet. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure to subscribe, especially if you are new here, as we will continue to keep you guys up to date with the latest. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share this with any friends, family, or anyone who you know on social media. Make sure to do that, and I definitely appreciate it. And I hope you guys all have a great rest of your Sunday out there, and as well as a great start to your work week, and we will see you in the next one. Thank you all so much for watching, and goodbye.